Hey everybody, it's Jody Franklin here. I'm a functional medicine practitioner and thanks for letting me be a part of this group. I actually work with people who have vitiligo and other autoimmune skin diseases, and I help them put them into remission. I've worked with a lot of you in this group. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a group program right now called Vanishing Vitiligo. But I wanted to talk today about some new research that came out and something that doesn't surprise me at all from UMass. And I'm going to show you, I don't know if I can share my screen. It doesn't look like I can, but I'll just go ahead and tell you I'll post the article in the below this video and you can look at it yourself. But basically, they're finding that while genes clearly influence the risk of vitiligo, whether or not those genes are turned on depends on environmental factors and other factors. And I've done other videos for this group before, so if you want to check them out, take a look at some of the videos I've done about gut, the role of gut, what happens in the gut going on, not going on, but influencing or contributing to vitiligo, as well as the role of toxicity, the role of stress. There's other factors. It's usually multiple factors involved in causing vitiligo. So this study showed that even with identical twins, the ones that have vitiligo, the other one doesn't necessarily get it. Only 23% of the time does an identical twin get vitiligo when one twin has it. So there's definitely other factors involved. That's no surprise to me. But genes aren't the whole story. What is responsible is environmental factors. And what they found is that in 1939, there were some large proportion of factory workers in a factory that made leather. They wore these rubber gloves to protect their hands from the chemicals used in the process. And it turned out that a huge percentage of those people got vitiligo, and they were wondering why. And it turned out that the gloves contained a chemical called monobenzyl or hydrochloroquine or monobenzone. And they now use those chemicals to depigment people who have vitiligo who want to just depigment everything. It's prescribed by a dermatologist now called Benequin cream. But I found this was really interesting because one of the clients who came to me, her son has vitiligo, and he had worn a mosquito necklace. So this is a necklace that's supposed to ward off mosquitoes. And the next day he woke up and the vitiligo was all in a necklace shape around his neck where he had worn that mosquito necklace. And that's when his vitiligo started. Your skin is a semi-permeable membrane. And this is how so many of those products work, like transdermal patches for birth control or for nicotine patches, etc. They work because your skin is semi-permeable, and whatever you put on your skin can get into your bloodstream and wreak havoc with your system or help your system, depending on what you're trying to do with it. But I wanted to explain this to you because this is one of the things I talk about with everybody that comes to me with vitiligo is the role of toxicity. And so many people don't realize that the products that they're using every day are a big problem. These are personal care products, which I'm going to talk about with you in a minute. But there are over 159 million chemicals registered nowadays for use in cosmetics. And they're finding that the safety testing is reactive, meaning you can use these products, especially in the United States, and you don't have to test them. I mean, the FDA tests food and drugs, but they don't test chemicals that are used in our products. And the only way they take them off the market is when there are enough complaints, multiple complaints about something happening bad from using that product. And the problem is you can take one toxic chemical or maybe just innocuous chemical and mix it with another chemical and put these together in a product, and that can wreak havoc with your system. There's thoughts that sodium benzoate, a preservative used in even organic products, can mix with citrus. If you're eating an orange or if you have citrus in your product, citric acid, you mix those together and it can turn into benzene, which is a known carcinogen. So you have to watch out for the synergistic effects of these products. And so I wanted to come on today because I am just so flabbergasted at what's out there on the store shelves, because I used to send my clients to Whole Foods to buy their personal care products, and they are loaded with toxins, and the vitiligo wasn't getting any better. And one of the reasons was a toxicity load. So this is one of the things I work on is pulling the toxins out of my clients and helping them to eliminate what they're using, but also work on chelating and getting rid of the toxins in their system. But anyway, so I will post that article, but I also wanted to mention that sometimes when they test these products and they're not safe, they take 5 years before they remove them from the market. And in the US, there are over 13, there are only 11 products or chemicals that are banned in the US from using in personal care products. And in Europe, there are over 1,300 toxic chemicals. So it's okay to use them in the US, but not in Europe. So you can imagine the amount of toxic burden the average American has. Doesn't mean the European products are great. There's still chemicals that they're using in those products, but they're not as bad. And you can look at the ingredients in products sold in the US versus overseas and see the difference, and the same name brand, but they use different chemicals in the products. So it's really interesting how that works. But I wanted to show you that everyday products in your home, the average woman, and this was done on women, this study, but is exposed to 168 toxins, toxic chemicals per day. And they've actually found over 200 chemicals in umbilical cord blood from our children. So people ask me, why does my 2-year-old or my 4-year-old have vitiligo? Well, you know, they could be eating organic food and taking really good care of themselves, but it could be that the chemicals that were passed through by the mother to the child, and don't blame yourselves, everybody know better, we do better, but this happens. And even through breast milk, unfortunately, I'm a huge fan of breastfeeding, but these chemicals can be passed on through breast milk as well. So that's one of the reasons why the incidence of so many diseases is going up and up. And in fact, autoimmune diseases are rampant for sure, but also the amount of cases of Alzheimer's has increased 123%. Since 1960, breast cancer diagnosis rates have increased 150%. And since 1995, children's autism has increased 747%. And disease rates are climbing every year in the US. Toxic chemicals have been linked to many of these health issues that are on the rise. And so I'm sure all of you probably know somebody who has had cancer or autism or any of those issues. In autoimmune diseases, toxicity is always an issue. So I actually have lost 2 people very close to me this past year to cancer. One of them was only in his 40s. So I'm a big fan of taking out toxins in products and making people aware of what's going on with that. It's called body burden, and I'll show you another picture here of the issues of body burden. But why, I can also tell you why there's an issue with what industry does. And I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm backwards here, so I can't tell. But manufacturers of many products have to wear hazmat suits when manufacturing their products, and that's because their products contain toxic chemicals. And there's 3 major reasons for it. Number 1, they're cheaper. Number 2, the products last longer. They have longer shelf life. And number 3, US regulations don't require toxic chemical testing, like I said, on any of the personal care products. So we are being exposed to an unprecedented amount of toxins in our personal care products. So I just wanted to tell you guys all about that and explain that we really need to watch out for this. And there's very few commercial brands out there that are really safe. Anything that you're using, you have to look at. You have to look at soaps. You have to look at shampoos. There's a lot of pores on your head. So when you're using shampoo, it gets absorbed very easily into your bloodstream. If you use deodorant, that's right next to your lymph nodes. You want to be careful what you're using. Yeah, I know everyone wants to use the strongest deodorant out there, but there's aluminum in these, and this product, there's all kinds of ingredients that are super, super toxic. If you'd like a list of the toxic ingredients to avoid, if you want to comment below, I can tell you some of the ingredients you want to definitely avoid. I have a list and I can send that to you. But I do have a product line personally that I recommend for my clients that Every single item in this line is 100% free from all toxins. And I only became a consultant for this company because there was nothing else on the market I could find as a tool for my clients. So if you would like to find out more about that product line, maybe make a comment below and I'll send you the link for that. But I just wanted to let you know, be careful with what you're doing, especially for if you have vitiligo, and try to eliminate toxins in your environment as best you can. If you're home, you want to look at your cleaning products, what you're using, your laundry detergent, makeup that you're using, um, skincare, anything that you're putting on your skin, obviously, but also cleaning supplies, things that you're breathing in your house. You don't want to do any flame retardant fabrics and things like that. You want to air out your house frequently. Make sure the filters work to filter out toxins in your home, and just make sure that you are as toxin free as possible. If you're using glyphosate on your lawn, that's Roundup. You may want to rethink. That is a very, very toxic chemical. It's been implicated in cancer. It's also it interferes with your body's ability to detox toxins, phase 1 liver detox. So this stuff is super, super toxic. If you're eating foods that are GMO, they have glyphosate in them. You may want to reconsider, especially corn, soy, wheat. There's all kind. Wheat is sprayed with glyphosate before harvest. So if it's not organic, I wouldn't eat it. So look at these things. Also look at any kind of lawn care that you're using, any kind of weed killers, get them out. They're readily absorbed through the skin. You want to watch out for arsenic, pressure treated wood. If your kids are playing on a playground with pressure treated wood, you may want to rethink what you're doing there and get a swing set that doesn't have, or a playground that doesn't have pressure treated wood. So all these things are super important. I also look at water, and if you guys want to go on my website, jodyfranklin.com, there are some water filters that I recommend that do not have fluoride. Fluoride is a neurotoxin as well, and so that filters out the fluoride out of your water supply. You don't need fluoride to have strong teeth. There's countries that don't put fluoride in their water have just as strong teeth as, or stronger teeth in many cases, as people in the US. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to you today. I would love to send you the link if you guys are interested in the products I offer for my clients. And let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to post them below. Good luck to you all. Take care.